Good morning. Have you ever met someone that seemed heartless? They just didn't seem to have a heart at all. And if they did, it wasn't very kind or compassionate. Today we're going to talk about discerning heart matters. Do you remember the Tin Man in The Wizard of Oz? He didn't have a heart, and he desperately wanted a heart so he could know the human condition. And there you have it right there. The heart is the center of who we are. Everything flows from the heart. Most of my life, I worked as a bank teller. And as I did that, I got to know and learn a lot about people, as you do in a lot of professions. Once a month, we had pension day, where those 65 and plus would come in to get their government checks cashed or withdraw the money. And I noticed something very deeply profound. Most of the senior citizens were either really, really sweet and kind. You couldn't ruffle their feathers no matter what. Contrarily, there were those who, no matter what, they weren't going to be happy. They were complainers and they were entitled and they deserved the best, and you couldn't give it to them. And I thought, why is that? There are no older people that are in the middle, whereas younger people weren't solidly on one side or the other. And this is what I think the reason is, because the older people, the older they got, you could see that they allowed all the experiences of their life, make them sweet or make them entitled and cranky. They all had good or bad experiences, but the ones that were sweet, they just let life make them appreciative of the things that they had. And those that were very, very disgruntled, you could predict them. They would be the same every month. There was no difference. Well, the Bible speaks a lot about the heart. And there's one verse, Proverbs 4:23, I believe it is. It says, guard your heart, for all of life flows in and out of the heart. Psalm 139:23 says, ask God to search our hearts to see if there's any wicked way in us. Because we all have the potential to allow evil into our hearts. That's why the Bible tells us to guard our hearts. So I'm going to leave you with that this morning. I'm going to finish my coffee here. And I just appreciate the fact that you have joined me for these few minutes to get into God's Word. Bye-bye for now.